Probably the best time right now is before you start anything is to disconnect the power. With the door open, you'll have two screws either side up underneath the lip here. You're going to want to remove both of those. You're going to be removing those with a Phillips screwdriver. And there you have it. About an inch and a half long over to the side. Now that we have those two screws removed, we are just pull these up, top part of the lid, up and out, and just lay that to the side. Here's the drum here. Now there will be two screws, one right here and one right here. We'll be removing those to remove the front face of the dryer. When removing it, be careful because this drum here is going to have a little weight sitting on this. So, and also be careful, some of the inside edges here tend to be sharp. So you want to be careful with that. These are also Phillips screws. Okay. We'll be kind of supporting the drum. Pull out the door and lift up from the bottom. Please be careful with this part. There is some wiring right here, so you want to be careful you don't yank that out, but we'll be removing those to make things much more easier to work with. Okay, here you'll have a piece of plastic here that's actually covering the wires that are actually behind this. What you want to do is there's this little slot here with a little peg that slides into the side of the door here, and just pull it towards the center of the door, And just kind of just get out of the way, just like that. If you push it backwards on the side of the door, it'll hang there with the tension of this. There'll be two wires. This particular model will have it has a white and a black. Pull those out. Remember where they go, and voila, that is taken care of. Okay, with these pegs here on the very top of this bearing here, we're gonna pull out just like that, and just pull up. Voila. And as you can see, this top bearing is pretty worn. It is pretty jacked up. In fact, it's so jacked up that there's only one left here of a bearing slide. You'll actually have four. One that's somewhat transparent on the outside, one here, and then the gray ones that go on the inside. I'll show you that in just a second. Since we got this door off right now, I think it's a good idea to kind of vacuum out any areas that you normally can't get to without the door off. Like in this location here, off the fan here, and maybe up there on top, anywhere you have access to. The bottom of the unit, if you can get up in there. Here where the exhaust air comes out through here and then out through your hose. Anywhere you possibly can get to. Good time to vacuum it out. Okay, after doing a little quick vacuuming, now it's time to put on the top bearing. You start off with the bottom first. Kind of work the lip inside the groove that's in the back side of this. Let me show you exactly what I'm talking about. It's actually right here, all the way around. All the way around here is a groove. These little pieces of plastic here in the molding of this provides a little bit of space in between this outside lip and here. So, okay, now we're going to be installing the slides. Now, if the case is like me, on this particular one, that everything was so worn out, these were actually completely gone. But as a reference, I'm going to say, these clear, almost translucent slides go on the outside. You'll need two of those and two of these gray ones, which will go on the inside. Simply going over the peg, like so, popping it up and sliding it in just like that. And since we're already on this side, we're going to go here, put it in the peg hole, and slide it in there just like so. They're easy enough to put on. Just by looking at it, they're pretty self-explanatory as to how to put them in. Voila. We have now replaced the top bearing along with some brand new inner slides and some outer slides. Normally these slides are sold individually, so if you wanted to replace them all, obviously you'd have to buy two of the inside and or two of the outside. Okay, now it's time to put it back together. Now we're going to go ahead and put the wires back on, and like I said, when we're pulling them off, it is a good thing to remember exactly where they go. In my case, it was the white wire went to the back, and this black one went towards the front. And pull this back over, cover your wire, and slap it back in that little peg hole that's sitting on the door. And now we're going to go ahead and replace the door back onto the drum. Okay, here we're going to put the bottom part of the door back onto the pegs down there on the bottom. And while supporting the drum, by holding up the drum, slide the front of the door right on top of your new bearing. Give it a nice pop, and you're all set right there. And like I said before, be careful on the sides here. They can be kind of sharp and rusty, you know, due to the moisture of the clothes, blah, blah, blah. You know how that works. Now, it's time to put on the top part of this door here. A little finicky, but we managed to get it back on there. Now it's time to put these longer screws back up underneath here, on here, and up underneath here to attach the top part of your unit back onto your door. There. Go ahead and replace our filter screen, or lint screen rather, sorry. And while I'm here, I'm gonna give this a wipe down right quick.